I'm learning the art of going after what I want and also learning to say, if not no, in a little bit or just a moment or after a while, crocodile, all those things. I'm looking at my hair. I tell you what, my hair is popping with moisture. I have this book right here because I have discovered that when I wear my mask, and yes, you know, do what you feel comfortable with, but I'm still wearing masks because of the risk involved in health and protecting my loved ones. When you're caretaking, you have to protect other people. But then I'm realizing you can't see my lips. Um, I have this propensity to grow more facial hair. And ever since the whole mask thing, and it could be just aging, I get these random hairs that are white. I don't mean gray like over here. I mean they're white. I was like, what? And I realized right before turning the camera on that I have one. Like, I don't want you guys to see it. But I promised I would vlog and not just go eons of time without talking. And I want to do some different things this year too. Videos that maybe I've not done in a while or that you're not generally used to me doing. So anyway, I got this job from the school of this job. I got this book from the School of Life. It has a blue cover on it. Hold on. I still want to make it where you can't see this hair because it's just I just can't. I can't. It's called A Job to Love. I just started reading it. It come. Oh, I think you might have seen the hair. I'm so sorry. It's so. Ugh. I promise I will pluck it next time. One of my friends kept going, well, you should get electrolysis. And I said, I have too much melanin, dear. There's an increased risk of cancer with that. So I won't do that procedure. But you do you. This is just what I have read and was told by doctors and stuff. So I just pluck. A Job to Love. Isn't this cute? The School of Life. Oh, you know what? That's not going to show the way I need to show. I promise you, it's backwards, but this is the School of Life. Love this book. Will this one show correctly? No. What am I saying? Of course it's not. Anyway, I started reading this book today because right before that, and let's see if I'm skilled, I finished this book. Money as Emotional Currency. So what I've started doing is this, like probably almost everybody on the planet, I'm I'm not satisfied with my journey, my relationship, my whatever with money. And so I have started on a quest this year, and that was kind of, if there's such a thing as New Year's resolutions, I guess that was mine, was to dive into my personal connection with money. Last year, my resolution, I guess, was to dive into my personal connection with myself. And I've actually been doing self esteem, self confidence work, self awareness work for years. And for those of you who tuned into my channel back in the day when it was Unleashing Alicia, in case you guys didn't realize that's my government name, years ago. Gosh, how long have I had this channel? Like 8, 9 years ago? Yeah. So under that moniker, that title, I used to do a lot of self confidence videos, self efficacy, self awareness, all of those things. And I would just kind of be on the go because of what my schedule was. So I would literally like pull over on the side of the road, have a conversation, stand outside, all those things, all the things I feel I don't get to do now just because of the times we're living in, and my comfort level with doing that is not the same. And even when I did it back then, sometimes people would walk up to me, want to know what I was doing. they'd see me with a camera and they'd be like, what is this? Who are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just kind of like, dude, I have a channel. I'm not a person with 500,000 people following me, but, still I have a channel. My channel means something to me and to the people who follow me and watch from time to time, which thank you. So anyway, this is a fantastic book. I want to give you a pro tip. If you are a scholarly person and you're interested in knowing some of the psychoanalytical thoughts, treatises, etc., about mankind's relationship with money, and you're interested in reading kind of scholarly articles, get this book. Pro tip though, I got it on Amazon. I got it at a seriously reduced rate because I guess it's being used maybe as a textbook somewhere, and it lists, this is the hardback, see? It lists for like $100 and something. I'm like, really? Hold on, I'm gonna put my hand where the hair is, in case some of you watch this and didn't realize, oh, the hair. Okay. Where was I? Fantastic book. Highly recommend this book. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about bringing back my book club just to see if you guys want to have me review books, talk about them. I can do videos where I'm reviewing these books. I can review this one if you want me to. Just let me know. I can even review the financial workbook that I'm working in. I'm working in a workbook called Financial Anxiety, and I'm looking around. Uh-oh. Did I just... Oh, here it is. I was just kind of like... I'm looking around to see if I have it nearby. I do. I'm totally supposed to be practicing my keyboard right now. And languages and stuff. I'm behind in my stuff for the night. The Financial Anxiety Solution Workbook. You're going to hear my voice only for a minute. A step-by-step workbook to stop worrying about money, take control of your finances, and live a happier life. I can read backwards. Hallelujah. Lindsay Bryan Podvin ordered this online. It's helping me a lot. Then there's another workbook I got because, last year I was studying myself, my relationship with myself. This year, I guess I'm sort of doing that still with money, but I'm specifically looking at money and not just self-relationship. So then I got this book. Same publisher, because you can tell kind of by the design, different author. It's called The Self-Love Workbook. A life-changing guide to boost self-esteem. Uh-oh. This is where my reading backwards stopped. Blah, 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 blah. Your worth and find genuine happiness. What is this word? Oh, recognize. I cannot recognize the word recognize backwards. Shayna Ali, PhD. So that's who does that one. And because we all witnessed the slap heard around the world, which I had planned to do this before that, but this just kind of expedited putting this on my list because now I just want to know what all was behind that. Okay, I got it. Actually, I just want to know. I want to know what drove him to do that. And I wish that there were an autobiography by Chris Rock because I want to understand him too. Here's the thing I'm going to say about this, and I don't want to just keep holding this up, and I don't want to capitalize on something that some people have tried to stop talking about, but we can't seem to. So now I'm going to do this. I don't want to keep holding this up. Okay. Yes, I'm this vain. Oh, my planner. I write a little Tuesday thoughts. I think I've shared this. Here's the thing. I will film so much, then edit it out, and then forget what I have kept in. Oh, wait. Okay. So I have a little stuff in the front. I don't want to really, but I have that. This little stuff that I write. Notes to myself, as you can see. Oh, I showed that hair again. You know what? I'm just going to hold it just like this. Really quickly. Really quickly. This is kind of what I'm thinking about that. And I know now we're a couple of weeks away from the event. I think some people are hurting emotionally. I want to support, emotionally speaking, all the people involved. It's unfortunate. At first, I was just siding with Will because I figured that Chris must have known. He had to have known that Jada has this condition. Then, as a little bit of time got away from it, and by a little bit of time, I mean like a day or two, I thought about the ages of everybody involved, and I said, you know what? He could have really hurt Chris. Because I watched, I'm saying their first names like I know them. I don't know them personally, any of them. I watched that footage again, and I said, whoa, he hit him pretty hard. To the point that his head went like a clunk. And that freezing response, I recognized it because I have done that before myself as a child. If you're someone who has ever been bullied or emotionally abused, even physically abused, sometimes you'll do that. You know, some people are natural fighters. It's like, oh yeah, well, you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Which there have been maybe one or two times my entire life I've done that. And I couldn't even believe I did it because people that know me well were like, whoa. And I was young. The last time I had anything like that, what is this net? Oh, child, no. I don't think so. Fly over here again. Mm-mm. As if you coulda. What was I talking about? um, so an incident where someone hit me, slapped me in the face. I slapped as hard as I could back to the point that this person, I could see the imprint of my hand. That's how hard I hit this person. I don't like the fact that that happened. I was a teenager, like young teens, like 13, 14 years old. And yeah, I actually cried over it later because I was just like, oh, and they pushed me to this point, and this person hit me, and so I hit back, and but I'm glad that in this instance of two Hollywood elite grown, I'm gonna say it because I'm a part of this community too, even though I have other things in my air, and they probably do too. I'm African American or black men in their 50s. Same, we Gen Xers. I'm like, oh my God, it just hurt me. It hurt me to see that uncut foreign footage of what actually happened. And I was like, oh, gentlemen, to see how devastating, devastating the reaction was to, oh, I just did this. Now what am I going to do? And I'm not going to overanalyze why his reaction to what he did was like that. To see that footage again in the aftermath of Chris immediately going, okay, I won't. It hurt my soul. And I'm just hoping and praying for everyone to get what they need, to get what they need on an emotional level. I hope they don't do a red table talk. Please do not do that. I wouldn't even discuss it. I'm openly in the public. Here's what I would say. If I knew the Smiths, here's what I would say. I'm a fan of your family's work for the most part. And by the family, I mean all the family, the children, each of them, the work they do. But you can't put so much out there about your personal lives, your love relationships, in their case, their marriage, that when someone makes light of things or talks about it, then you get mad. Because it's like, see, there's this book that I had a copy of it, and I swear, I think it's in my storage. It's called Sex God, and it's by Rob Bell, and he's a pastor. Years ago, I stood in the middle of a Barnes and Noble. I had to buy that book. I scraped together some of my last coinage to buy this book that day because it was just an eye opener. One thing he talks about is in Jewish tradition, when you see people get married at a Jewish wedding, there's something called a chuppah, and they stand, with the chuppah over them, the bride and the groom, and the rabbi, does the ceremony, and there's a lot that's so special. If you are not Jewish and you've never been to a Jewish ceremony, if you're ever invited to one, go. It's very, it's beautiful to me. A lot of marriage ceremonies are beautiful, but anyway, I digress. So the chuppah is your sacred space. It's like, how can I explain it? You want to keep certain things about your marriage, your private sanctity, special marriage, just between you and your spouse. Everything can't be for consumption, public consumption of other people's outside of that space. And I'll even include friends and family. You cannot tell your friends and family everything. You just can't. And this particular couple has shared so much. Now, the one thing that Chris Rock has since said is he didn't realize that Jada Pinkett Smith had alopecia. And that could be true. Hey, he works, he does all these gigs. He could have missed her announcement of that. The other thing I will say, though, is this. Most of us in the African American, black, biracial, multiracial, meaning one of the races includes being of African descent, most of us in the African diaspora in these United States and the Americas, we're sensitive about our hair and our scalp, and especially, I'm just going to use the umbrella term, black women, because typically we're told things. This, my natural hair, what God gave me, would be a no. Not all that long ago. Someone would want me to straighten it for whatever, for a job, for school, for whatever. So I did what I had to do, what I felt like I had to do to straighten it, and using heat, high levels of heat, which damages the hair. Some people use chemicals, we use different things. And we just started to get the Crown Act in some, still not all 50 states and U.S. territories, making it illegal in some states to be denied basic rights just because of the way your hair is. And it's pretty sad that one group of people gets denied any rights because of whatever. Because of hair, texture, color, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender, religion, the list goes on and on and on. So that's all I'm gonna say. Whoa, I got all serious and deep. But yeah, anytime you see my hair like this is the natural state of my hair. It's just moisturized. Oh, look at how long. Whoa, that's nothing too. We have a lot of shrinkage. I just cut my hair. Well, let me specify. People with certain hair types, texture types, have shrinkage. So anyway, my hair shrinks some, and I want the shrinkage because that's what my hair naturally does. If it's not shrinking all that much, that's a problem. That means my hair is not healthy. My ends need a lot of chop chop, and so I get to the point where I have to do it. A lot of people, oh, like my ends and it's taking all my length. No, it's not. It's going to help your length to cut it, make it healthier, so it'll go ahead and grow, honey. And even this section is kind of dry on the ends right there. So there's a section I could chop a little bit more on. Matter of fact, my grandma used to be like, look at what the moon is doing. Hold on. Well, that was more of my arm than you ever wanted to see. I promise you that was my arm and not anything else. See? You know, do what you got to do for the health of your hair. That's what I say. So, yeah, I missed a whole little section. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just noticing. I should go because I need to practice Korean a little bit more. One day when I'm really, really more fluent, I will try speaking Korean on here. I've been studying, I guess, about a year, like really hardcore studying. And I still feel like I'm babbling sometimes compared to like my studies of other languages. Oh, but I now have a 22-minute video, so that's a problem. All right. Look at this. Okay, I've got to run. Cheerio, people. Good people. Yes, I'm still doing this. Cheerio. I'll have makeup on next time. I'll treat you guys right. Bye.